when it comes to makers, I was one myself. For 3 or 4 years, I was just creating meaningless, useless products that nobody wanted because I hadn't yet realized how important it is to involve the customer. And then when you realize that, you have to learn how to involve them and how to use this interaction. So at some point, that's the biggest fail or fuck up that we had. We look at our strategy. We had learned that failed already a few times, and then we had an idea of building a platform for tours and tourists, and we took a competitor, creatively copied it, improved it, but we thought, they have raised a ton of money, so they should know what they're doing. They should be having revenue. So we creatively copied the another platform, improved it, added features, etc. And we made our go-to-market. We executed go-to-market, and in 3 weeks we could sell absolutely zero.
Wow.
Zero. So then I realized, they didn't know what they were doing as well. We switched our business model, again zero. Anyway, we made a lot of pivots, and that's where no code was very helpful because we could pivot very, very, very quickly over the weekend, for example. So yeah, I mean, it's there where I learned that feedback from customers, the industry experience makes something solid. In the latest pivot that we made back then, I didn't like the business model and the execution anymore. So I didn't want to work on it because I didn't love the problem initially. It was an opportunistic business idea that we followed as a team. So eventually we dropped it because we didn't want to work on it anymore.
I mean that's reason enough not to want to work in it, because when you're building something up, if there's no why that's almost ingrained into yourself as a founder, as the builder, then it's a tough road to take. Because these are long days, these are multiple days in a week. You're working 7 days a week, and you don't have rest on holidays. You don't get as much time with your family. So if it's for something that you don't really believe in, then hey, that's almost why stick with it. Because as you said, you fail many times. You're very lucky if you don't fail. Most people do fail, and there has to be some upside to the failure, and that at least you've tried to build something that you wanted to build from the bottom of your heart.
Yeah, agreed, 100%.
So there's a couple of things you said which I thought were great, and I just love to pick up on. One is the main thing is when you said you looked at a competitor and you copied them. I've heard similar stories where they've looked at a successful competitor and thought, okay, we're just going to use what they do and use that as the start. But because they hadn't done that validation, they hadn't actually understood the audience, they failed to understand what the competitor was doing. They just kind of gone, okay, I see what they got there, I'm going to copy it because that's a good starting point, and I think we'll make it better. But then it still failed because they haven't done the baseline. They still hadn't done that baseline research of understanding what the audience wants. Is that something you've experienced, or does that kind of practice make sense to you?
Yeah, well, I mean, I believe that you have to test your value all the time with your customers, with stakeholders. That competitor I was talking about, they might have found something or done something that we couldn't realize.
Yeah.
But it's a matter of try and error. And being a startup founder, I think, you should, in order to improve, you should keep doing that. It's your product is not. It's a living organism. It's something that over the time it evolves. Because many people think, okay, I build it and they will come, or I build it and that's it. That's final. I mean, if you are active and you want to grow in your startup, etc., it's a living organism that you keep learning. It will never be perfect.
Yeah.
It's like a human person that it's constantly learning and interacting and changing. So that's how I would approach that.